Hey guys, welcome to KG Poker. I did not want to record an intro this time after what happened in my last session. I just wanted to get straight into the action. Last thing I wanted to do was point a camera at my face. So our first hand, we look down at Ace King and we take down a small pot. The very next hand, I look down at 2-3 suited. Under the gun +1, I toss in the $2 and mid position raises to 5. Big blind calls the 5 and under the gun goes to $10. We have a decent amount of players and money in this hand, so for an extra $8, I decide to toss in the call. We go to the flop with our suited connectors to an ace, deuce, deuce flop. It gets checked to me, and I decide to check back, hoping someone has an ace here, because I feel like if I bet here, especially since I only put out $2 pre-flop, it would make my hand almost face up. We get the good news when someone after me bets $15, and he gets quite a few callers. I call not wanting to scare anyone off their hand, especially since the only card that can scare us would be another ace, I guess. But that's super unlikely if someone has one right now. The turn comes in 8, and I check for a second time, but unfortunately, everyone checks back. So we are going to the river, which is the 4 of diamonds. I don't think this is too bad of a card. Yeah, someone can have 3-5, but I do block people from having a 3, and would they really call $10 pre and another $15 on the flop? I guess it's possible, but for this hand, I wasn't feeling that. So, once on me, I draw a bet of $50 and everyone folds, so we take down our second pot in a row. In this hand, I once again look down at 2-3 suited. I call it $2, someone in mid position makes it 5 to go. I say screw it, why not? We already won a decent pot with this hand. Let's try it again. We go a few ways to the flop, which comes ace, 4, 9 with 2 spades. When it's on me, I draw a small bet of $8. We have a flush draw and a straight draw if we hit the 5, so I want to build this pot a little. Nothing major, but we ain't going to be folding to a raise. We get one caller, and the turn comes the king of spades, so we made our flush. I'm just hoping another spade doesn't come on the river. I throw out a bet of $10, and the same player makes the call. We go to the river, which is another 4. Could be a scare card for our opponent. I bet $20, and he mucks pretty much instantly. Unfortunately, the dealers are like really quick today at taking the board away. After playing a bunch of not really any important hands, I finally look down at a premium, ace-jack of diamonds. I was going to bet around 12 to 15 bucks, but when the player bets $8, I decide to just call and see what happens on the flop. We go 6 ways to the flop, which comes 8, ace, 9. Player bets 15, and I make the call. Other players fold. The turn comes the 10 of diamonds. This completes a few straight draws. Anyone with 6-7, 7-jack, jack-queen are all now winning this hand. It gets tracked around, which could be a good thing, but at the same time, if you did turn a straight, would you bet here? I feel like it would definitely be an option for some people to check and set a trap. Maybe let other people improve their single pair hands to get paid on the river. The river comes the 7 of diamonds, giving us the straight to the jack. It gets checked to me, and I draw a bet of $50, and we take it down. Thank you. Wasn't a bluff.
Going anywhere though. Good hand.
Lady to my right says nice bluff after folding, so I show my hand, and she says that she had ace king, which not only means the river saved us a bit, but also she's playing ace king pre-flop for $2 and then folding top pair top kicker on the river. Maybe she's lying to us though? Well, you'll see a weirder hand from her a little later, which kind of means she was probably telling the truth.
Race for showing up to work today.
Did you order it? Huh?
Push on top.
In this next hand, I look down at pocket 9s and make it 12 to go in mid position. Player after me raises to $27. He has been like a bully for the past few orbits, raising every single time someone makes a bet. He gets one caller, which is a low stack of about $77. When it's back on me, I decide to call because if we hit our 9, it's very likely the low stack player will be all in. Plus, the initial raiser could have nothing since he's raising pretty much every single time. We go 3 ways to a flop, which comes 7-7-6. It gets checked to me, and I decide to bet $33. The initial raiser folds, and the low stack shoves for $50, so I toss in the call, and we see the 10 of diamonds and a 4 of hearts. He shows that he had the ace-high flush draw, so we take it down. The very next hand, we look down at pocket threes. I called the bully's $5 straddle, deciding not to raise, thinking he's probably going to be raising his option, which is exactly what happens. He makes it 25 to go. A player to my right makes the call, and I toss in the call as well. We go to a flop, which comes a perfect ace-3-6 rainbow. It gets checked to me, and this is where I usually bet. Bottom set usually isn't the best hand to check, but against a player who is betting everything, I feel like checking here is actually better than placing a wager. Everything is going according to plan when our bully makes a bet of $55. When it's on me, I ask to see how much chips he has, and he does like a whole show of moving his hands away from the chips like he was a model presenting a car on The Price is Right. Once I finally get a visual of his chips, I decide to call because I don't think he has enough to check raise him and get the all-in or re-raise. We go to the turn, which is a 9 of spades. I'm first to act. I check. Unfortunately, he checks back. The river's a 5, so when it's on me, I decide to bet huge and try to appear as a bluff. If he has top pair, he's never folding. And if he had something like ace-5 suited, we're definitely getting shoved down. Didn't want to risk it getting checked back. When it's on the bully, he thinks for a decent amount of time, with a crazy look on his face. If I had to describe the vibe of his emotions, body language, gestures, is that he put me on a total bluff, but didn't have anything himself that warranted a call. I'm assuming he thought at least for a second about hero calling, but eventually he tosses in the fold. My plan doesn't work out 100% the way I thought it would, but hopefully we'll get another shot. And another shot we get, because while I'm still stacking my chips from the last hand, we look down at our third pocket pair in a row, this time pocket sixes. I'm under the gun, so I call $2 hoping for the same story as the last hand, or to the very least, someone making a bet, which is exactly again what happened. Someone makes it $12 to go. I want to say it was the bully. Honestly, I don't remember, but we are going 5 ways to the flop, which comes an insane king 3-6. We flop our second set in a row. It gets checked to me. I think I'm going to bet this one since we have more people in the hand now, and I don't think anyone has a set of kings here. I bet $15, and well, the bully didn't like that very much. He goes all in. I call. The turn comes a 4. The river comes a 7. A bit scary, but he gives us the old head nod. Doesn't really want to show his cards. I flip mine over to get things going, and we take down the bully. He immediately gets up and walks away after this hand. Bittersweet ending. Would have loved for him to stick around and take a few more pots off of him. In this hand, I once again look down at a suited deuce. This time, 2-5 of spades. Player to my right raises to $7. I don't think I have a choice but to call here. We go a few ways to the flop, which comes 10-4-5 rainbow. Player to my right makes it $10. I decide that's cheap enough a price to stick around with middle pair. The turn comes a jack of hearts. It gets checked to me. I see no reason to bet here, so I check back. The river is a 2 of diamonds. We once again make the best hand here. No doubt in my mind. I make it 30 to go, and he mucks his hand. We take down another pot with a low suited deuce. We look down at pocket jacks under the gun. I raise to 15, and everyone folds. The very next hand, the whole table tosses in the $2. I'm on the big blind. I look down at pocket queens. I make it 15 to go. I raise my option. Only the older lady to my right tosses in the call. This is the same person that said they folded ace-king earlier. The flop, turn, and river is all low cards. I just kept betting 15. I had an overpair to the board. At the same time, I didn't think she was going to go crazy with calling anything. Once we see a clean river, I bet my final 15, and she says,
Oh my god, you win.
Pocket queens.
so I flip over my hand, pocket queens.
Boom.
Oh, wow. Nice fan.
She flips over pocket kings. So she called $2 on the button with pocket kings. Okay. I think it's safe to say she had ace king earlier. Nothing too significant about this hand. I look at pocket sevens. We get one caller. But the reason I'm showing you guys this hand is that we flop another set. Absolutely crazy session. I just couldn't get paid for some reason. On this hand, I look down at Queen Jack on the button. A player made it $8 to go. I toss in the call, and we go 4 ways to the flop, which comes Jack, 8, 5, rainbow. The player bets $12. When it's on me, I don't think $12 is enough here. I got top pair with a pretty decent kicker. I raise to $30. We go to the turn, which is the 9 of spades. A little bit of a scare card now because 10-7 gets there, 10-queen gets there. When the player checks it, I check it back. We go to the river, which is an even more scare card. It's the 7 of diamonds. So now there's 4 to a straight out there. Any 6, any 10 gives you a straight. So when it gets checked to me, I feel like the only option here is to bet, because if he's not representing any of those hands, I could turn my hand into a bluff and try to get him off of a better hand if he does have one. So I bet another 30, making it look like I want to call, and he tosses in the call. So I flip over my hand, and he shows us pocket eights. He flopped a set. Somebody finally flopped a set on us this session, and he gets a decent pot out of it.
Thank you, my friend. I didn't get to record an outro either. I was in a rush to get home, but this is a few days later, and I just want to give you guys the full story. We was in for 200 and we're out for 550, giving us a profit of 350 bucks. Not too bad. Definitely should have made a bit more. Played a few hands that I didn't show on screen where we just whiffed the flop and there was no reason to continue. 15 here, 10 here, 20 here, 17 here. It adds up. But we booked a nice win. After that session, I still took home 200 in chips and just cashed out the winnings, basically. But after that session, didn't really play any more sessions in Florida because I am currently in New Jersey. A few days later, I had to go back to the casino on my way to I-95 to cash in the chips before driving all the way to New Jersey. If you guys want to see that vlog, if you guys want to see like part of my regular daily vlog stuff, check out that channel. I'll link it in the description and in a comment below, pinned comment. Doing a drive to New Jersey is not fun. So yeah, I haven't been able to play poker since then. We've been moving back into our house. My dad had a house here that we pretty much abandoned for like 5 years. We left to Florida before the pandemic and just never came back here. So that's been fun. A lot of stuff has been broken. A lot of stuff doesn't work anymore. So we've been doing that. Haven't really had time to play poker. We'll see when's our next casino adventure. I did actually record an intro for the next poker session. That's going to start off from the Hard Rock, me cashing out the chips. And whatever casino I end up in, that's where I'll continue from. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. See you guys, and hopefully sooner than later, next poker vlog. Thanks for watching.